Today is Monday, September 4, 2023, and it's hot. I imagine this has got to be close to, if not surpassing, record temperatures. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, so we're approaching the peak heat of the day. It's humid too. It was in the 70s earlier today, and now it's still in the 60s. It's going to be an interesting month weather-wise. Heat is in the forecast for the entirety of the week. It seems like the seasons are just getting pushed back. June this year was freezing. July was hot. August was hot. September should be cooling off. This is like August weather still. I expect this will be the last, or at least the second to last week that we use the conditioners for the year. So I figured I'd turn them all on and see what we can do. I have them set to about 70 degrees, which is colder than what I usually run, but I was doing some vacuuming and other cleanup tasks, so I want it a little bit cooler. Typically I run them around 78 or 80 degrees. Temperature just went up another tick. The thermometer in the living room says we've gone up to 88 so far. I got this set at 70, and it has not budged from 70 since I turned it on this morning. It was humid in here and like maybe 76 degrees or so when I got up this morning. I brought it right down to 70, took the moisture out, and it has not moved 1 degree off 70 since. This thing regulates the temperature unbelievably well. The compressor was cycling on and off frequently up until about an hour ago. Once the sun starts to come over and be on the south side of the house like this, it's just impossible. It's battling way too much heat gain. And even like the floor here is, you know, the floor is 104 degrees. It's just ridiculous. But it's holding the room. I don't want to say no problem because it's running a lot, but it's doing it. I'm not sure how much more it would keep up with. It could probably go a few more degrees. It actually did satisfy about 20 minutes ago. I don't think the compressor was off for even 5 minutes. It was abysmal. It's running great. Got another cover for it I'm going to try out. Still working. I think this is working better now that the condenser is blocked up, or the hole is blocked up. I feel really stupid now for leaving that uncovered. I really didn't think that much air was getting out, but apparently it was. The sun's position is changing. It never used to shine on the machine, but now it does. So I put this cardboard here to drop the condenser because that's not, the sun being on there is not helping anything. This sounds fine. It's hot. The compressor runs at about 200 degrees, and this is scalding hot. But it's not as bad as it was. You can't stand here for long, but before you couldn't even put your hand here. Now it's still hot, but it's reasonable now. Going back cold. Actually, this is a problem. This thing is so cold, it's sweating all on the outside. I'm gonna have to paint this over the winter because this will get moldy if it's not already. I think it already is. Might have to replace some of the boards. I didn't realize that was gonna be a problem. I think technically it should be in the room further, but I don't want it that way. Yeah, this gets much better air through the bottom. It does run a little bit cooler now, so that's good. I never got around to redoing the logo. Not much moisture left in the house, but it's still pulling it. It's about a day of operation. So this works. Would I replace it with a 36,000 if I found one? Probably. But then the issue is in the evening it cools too quick. So I don't know. It's hard to argue with this kind of performance. This is really working good. And this is much colder than I typically set it anyways. But the thing is, if the room was full of people right now, plus the sun, that would just be a tremendous amount of heat. I'm not sure it'd be able to handle that much, but it works good enough. Definitely the best piece of equipment I have for the room as of now. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I'm actually surprised it's keeping up as well as it is. It's hot today. The sun's strong too. In the kitchen, creeping up because I have the stove on. It's 71, almost 72. Carrier, but it works pretty good. All the fan speeds are on high, of course, because it's so hot out. You really need to keep the fan speed on high when it's this hot. Otherwise, the head pressure is just going to be through the roof. This I would like to up to at least a 12 or a 14 next year. It works. And if I close the door over there, it will hold the entire house just fine. But when I'm cooking, if I got the stove going and the oven going, it takes its time to cool the room off, which I don't want in here. This is the only room that I really want it to be cold in. So, although this works nice and it looks great, I think next year I'm going to try to get that 14,000 in here if I have a new electrical box by then. What I do at night sometimes is I close that door and I put this on, and it will cover all the rooms, including the kitchen on this side of the house. And here we have the carrier going. Looking pretty good. Also on fast. And the temperature is 69 over 45. And it's cold in here. The floor is cold, the walls are cold. This is the kind of cooling effect that you get from the 22, which it just doesn't seem to be replicated with the newer refrigerants. Like I mean, my feet are freezing just standing on this floor in here. And if you sit in the chair is cold. The equipment is cold. It's 64, the keyboard is 64 degrees. Everything is just cold in here. And this one in here has the same effect. I'm not sure if it'll if it's able to keep up right now, but you might find that the couch is cold. Yep. See, the couch is cold. The floor where the sun isn't as cold. Good grief. I don't have any conditioners on in here because I'm not in here, and it's 72 over 40. I think that this reads kind of low. It's probably more like 45 or 50. And then I don't have any conditioners in the bathroom either, and it's 73 over 45. And what's holding this whole side of the house is this. And here it is 69 over 47. This is also on high. And this works fine. Some people keep typing in there, multiple people actually keep typing in, oh, you need a 7,000 or you need an 8,000, it's not strong enough. I don't know. 88 degrees outside, 69 degrees, 69 degrees in. Seemed like it's strong enough to me. Now this is a big room, but there's no heat gain in here. This is a north side wall. And no sun come in here because you got all the trees, so you don't need much cooling. This is covering both rooms here. There's nothing else running on this side of the house. So no 8,000 needed. You know, the numbers that say the room size to the BTU capacity are not bogus, but they just don't tell the whole story. Maybe 1 in 15 or 20 use cases will actually line up properly. There's way too many other factors to put into it. Alright, last conditioner that I have running is in the garage, and I want to grab, well, I'll check it, and then I want to check the power draw on all of on the mains, see what we're drawing here. It's hot up here. It is very hot. I guess we can go around the front and check check the condensers in the front of the house. Yeah, it's definitely quieter since I've plugged that hole in the bottom. It used to be obnoxiously loud here in the side yard and in the neighbor's yard. Now it's not barely noticeable. You can certainly hear it, but it's much quieter. Much quieter. Wonder if somebody's piece of junk made in China dehumidifier caught on fire. This one fills the yard with the compressor sound pretty good. Even with today's heat, the condenser is cool at the bottom. Still is nothing compared to the carrier unit. It's only a 10-degree rise above ambient. This runs at around 150. It's always like that. that is pretty cool because it's 90 degrees out and this is 100. It's only 10-degree rise. That's not bad at all. No, I like these machines. I think they're very well made. This isn't really going to tell us too much because we're too far away. Can't tell it's coming back cold because the line has insulation on it, but I imagine it is. It's is that the return line? I don't know where it is in this thing, I don't remember. But certainly works fine. I would imagine it's coming back cold. It's gotta be if it's pulling that much moisture, I would think. Well, this has been a good machine, I like it. Fan, this thing is not in good balance. The whole thing shakes on high. The window shakes too. Not good. We gotta get that fixed. The last thing that we're going to take a look at today it's hot. It's very hot out. Oh, that's satisfied. Or it broke. One of the two. Very humid in this garage. This room's pretty cool as well. Ooh, it's freezing in here. 68 over 50. This is a good condition. I like this one. Alright, let me grab a temperature check off the condenser of the carrier, and then we'll check the power draw of everything running at once. It's disgusting. I gotta clean the house. That's awful. not as bad up here, but it's, I gotta clean up here too. Jeez. Well, can't get no temperature check anymore because now it's satisfied. Yeah, it's usually much hotter than that. It's just cooling off. It stopped. I checked it earlier today. It was like 201, I think was the highest I could get. And the condenser was like 140, 150. Like in that surface temperature, it's not a completely accurate measurement. Okay, let's go downstairs and grab the clamp meter. And we'll check the... Oh. I guess I'm going to have to turn it back on then. I'll just wait for it to come back on. I'm sure it won't be long. Yep, I knew it wouldn't be long. Haven't even found the stinking clamp meter yet and it's already turned back on. Let's see what the power draw is. This is with all the conditioners running. Plus whatever else is on right now. I think the computer might be on. Maybe the refrigerator is running. I mean, not much is running otherwise, but... Okay, we need amps. Okay, we got 30 amps on one leg. And we got 32 amps, 33 amps on the other leg. So that's actually not bad. That's less than I thought it was going to be. Just about out of battery. Let's go ahead and grab the temperature of the outside on this thing. Running good. Remember, our ambient temperature right now is 86. Plus the sun beating off the deck, it's probably a little bit higher. Discharging in the middle of the coil. And you can see it does go off a bit. Discharging right here. Itself is hot. 197, I think we got in here. It's hot, but this is just the way it runs. You know, it's just a stupid rotor. Ugh. Runs like this all the time. It's perfectly content doing it. So that's just the way it is. I don't like it that hot, but it's there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the machine. The airflow is not restricted. The coil's not dirty. The charge isn't low. This is simply the way it operates. So that's it for the air conditioners today. They're all working great. One of the last couple of times they'll be running for the year, so this might be the last air conditioners running, or who knows. If the month remains hot, maybe we'll have another couple weeks.